Now at 6, a protest and counter-protest ends in a fight. Tonight, we learn more about what led to a woman getting assaulted by a man.
Pfizer announces that a new COVID-19 vaccine will be needed by mid-2022 to combat variants within the coronavirus. I'm Chris Warner. We'll hear from a local pharmacist about the announcement and how that compares to changing flu vaccines.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
After a protest in Joplin on Saturday for women's reproductive rights, one woman was assaulted and sent to the hospital, and one man is in custody. This is KOAM News at 6. The March for Reproductive Freedom was held along 7th and Range Line to bring awareness to a lack of abortion services in Missouri and to protest the new Texas abortion law. JPD says they responded to a disturbance at around 3 on Saturday near that area.
Early after 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, October 2nd, we received a call of a disturbance at 7th and Range Line here in Joplin. Officers responded to that disturbance and found there was a large gathering. During their investigation on scene, they determined an assault had taken place, which resulted in one arrest.
Later tonight, we're going to hear more from JPD as well as the organizer of the protest and a woman who says she was assaulted after the protest. Nick Kelly joining us now. Not too hot, not too cold, enjoyably in the middle. Nick Kelly.
Not to mention plenty of blue skies out there throughout the course of the day, Jordan. We still have plenty of that from 7th and Range Line looking north along the main thoroughfare on the east side of Joplin. And it's not just Joplin seeing mostly sunny skies. Pretty much everybody across the entire region. In fact, much of the entire 4-state region outside of our area looking good to start this evening out. Looking down the road, though, I am watching this developing upper level low near Memphis. It's not the one that brought us the rain over the weekend. That's working over northern Ohio, but this is the one that might try to change things up a little bit as we go through the next few days. In the short term, though, temperatures don't look bad. Mid to upper 70s across much of the region, but temperatures, because of the dry air still in place, we'll have temperatures quickly fall through the 60s this evening, down to 58 by midnight. And I see another chilly start in the morning, Jordan, but we're dry with lows near 53. We'll see what that low near Memphis wants to do for the next few days coming up in a bit.
All right, Nick Kelly, thanks so much. 4-staters who asked for an extension on their tax returns are running out of time on that extension. The deadline is just in a couple of weeks, October 15th. Around 131,000 Kansans asked for that extension. To avoid delays, the IRS urges everyone to file electronically. Now, there are some taxpayers who might have more time. An IRS spokesperson says military members and others serving in a combat zone normally have 180 days after they leave that zone to file and pay any due taxes. The spokesperson also said that taxpayers in federally declared disaster areas who already had valid extensions may have their deadline extended. Pfizer made an announcement that a new COVID-19 vaccine would be needed by mid-2022. As KOM's Chris Warner explains, this process isn't anything new.
We're nearly a year into the COVID-19 vaccine, and there's already been changes. Booster shots for certain groups have been approved as officials look at booster shots for the general population. But those changes aren't unlike what we experience every year with a vaccine we're all familiar with.
You know, with the flu vaccine, it changes each year. You know, viruses mutate, they change, they adapt, and therefore we want to study it every year, and they do a good job of really predicting what the flu vaccine needs to contain.
Chad Isaacs with Stone's Corner Pharmacy says there's a reason the flu vaccine changes each year.
That kind of immunity wanes over time, as well as differences in the virus. So it's important to get a new vaccine every year. Even if you got one last year, it's important to get a new one each year so you have good protection.
Isaac says it's the same way with the COVID vaccine, and the Delta variant is a prime example.
But that vaccine's going to change too. Just like the flu vaccine, we're going to have changes because of that virus changing and mutating. You know, the Delta variant and other things have cropped up, and the current vaccine has still been pretty effective against that. But come next year and years to come, that may change, and so they'll continue to develop this vaccine, and that's a good thing.
Isaacs adds that changes to vaccines overall aren't uncommon.
So that's a natural process, that's not unexpected, and it's important to take advantage of the COVID vaccine we have now, but also realize that there will be new formulas in the future, and those will be a good thing to supplement what has already been started this year.
In Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Isaac says even with that COVID-19 vaccine, still a good idea to get your flu shots to ensure you're protected. Former Republican Congressman Todd Akin of Missouri has passed away. Akin's son Perry says in a statement that his father died late Sunday at age 74 from cancer. Akin represented a Republican-leaning eastern Missouri district that included the St. Louis area suburbs for 12 years before running for the Senate. Still ahead, Camping with a Purpose. Going to tell you about the groups helping a local church expand. And Missouri Southern continues its Japan semester with an exhibit of the pottery work of an artist called Nishi. KOAM General Manager Danny Thomas is a Hall of Famer. The Kansas Association of Broadcasters inducted Danny into its Hall of Fame during a ceremony yesterday. And Danny has served for 34 years here at KOAM. During that time, he oversaw the launch of our sister station, Fox 14, spearheaded numerous telethons, including one that helped launch construction of the Ronald McDonald House. The KAB Hall of Fame Award is the highest honor bestowed upon an individual by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters. Big congratulations to you, sir, Mr. Thomas. Missouri Southern's Japan semester continued today in the Spiva Gallery with an exhibit of the works of an artist called Nishi. His medium is pottery, through which he says he strives to create work that resonates within himself and brings out inner peace. And he hopes that the natural simplicity of his pottery can bring the same peace to others.
In the Western world, paintings and sculptures are sort of the high point, whereas in the Asian world, ceramics is right up there with painting and sculpture in importance, as well as paper and fibers and a lot of other things that in the West that we would kind of consider to be secondary.
Today's Japan semester offerings also included a presentation called Black Ships to Little Boy, a history of American-Japanese relations. Some campers on a mission are helping out a local church. The group, aptly named Campers on a Mission, are helping to build a multi-purpose building for the Milo Baptist Church in Vernon County, Missouri.
They always say what a blessing campers on a mission are, and they don't understand. We get the blessing too, to be able to provide what we give them, and we're all self-supported, 100% self-supported, and we just come and work.
If you want to learn more about Campers on a Mission, we've provided a link in this story on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. 1,000 trees are finding new homes in Joplin and Kansas City. Spire Natural Gas partnered with Forest Relief of Missouri to distribute the trees as part of what Spire calls its commitment to communities and the environment. Today, Spire volunteers loaded and transported the trees to sites where 25 organizations, including churches, neighborhood associations, and city parks, picked them up at no cost. The volunteer effort is part of Spire's Day for Good initiative, which gives employees 8 hours of paid leave each year to support an organization or cause of their choice. A bit later, more voices join the call to grant clemency for a Missouri death row inmate.
But first, you see that upper level low in northeastern Arkansas? That will change things up for the next few days. We'll break that down in your full forecast when we come back. It's about time we had a few nice days around here, certainly after dealing with the rain on Friday and Saturday that took up a good portion of our weekend. But thanks to drier weather yesterday and completely dry weather for today, temperatures had no problems warming up from these mild and chilly mornings that we've had. 78 degrees at the very least yesterday at 5 o'clock at Joplin Regional. But we tanked into the lower to middle 50s, and that actually led to some areas of patchy mist and fog during the overnight hours and certainly this morning. But that all burned away, and we saw temperatures top out at least in the upper 70s for Joplin on this Monday, early in the month of October still. But looking down the road, I think we'll stay a bit on the warm side for tomorrow and Wednesday, despite some rain chances trying to sneak back our way. But once they decide to skedaddle by Thursday, we're definitely going to be heating back up by the weekend. And then I'm watching a stronger system that could certainly bring in more rain chances by Sunday and perhaps even Monday of early next week. So there's quite a bit to keep an eye on, but not much to show you here. Mostly sunny about as far as the eye can see from 7th and Range line. 76 in Joplin with a northeast breeze at 7, but that humidity pretty low, 38%. So warm, yes, but a dry air mass is making it good for any outdoor plans this evening to get going. Mid 70s on the Missouri side, upper 70s to near 80 across much of southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma. But all these numbers with the dry air in place, mostly clear skies and a light northeast breeze, Means temperatures, they're going to plummet once we get past sunset. 66 by 8 o'clock, 58 by midnight. I'm expecting lows to drop back at least this time around near 53 across much of the area. Looking at the bigger setup overall, doesn't show much across our area, the entire 4-state region, and not much to show at the surface. Maybe a weak area of high pressure that's doing its best to keep us quiet as we go into tonight and part of tomorrow. But upstairs, a few changes. Not this upper level low, the same one that gave us the rain over the weekend. That continues to work over northern parts of Ohio. This upper wave, however, near Memphis, that's the one that's going to try to bring some slight rain chances our way starting tomorrow. But it doesn't really do anything for us as we go through the rest of the evening and certainly into tomorrow morning. Maybe a few high clouds around Table Rock Lake and maybe near Stockton Lake by sunrise, but that's about it. We're keeping quiet and nice for the rest of the night, but chilly with lows dropping back across much of the area around 53. But as that upper level low kicks into gear, starts drifting closer to us, we'll turn partly sunny for the afternoon. Maybe a stray shower or a storm late in the afternoon tomorrow. But again, those chances are pretty slim, and you can see how the future track wants most of the area to stay dry. 53 in the morning, 72 by noon. Afternoon high, still not bad, but I think we'll top out around 75 degrees. I think we'll be dry for tomorrow evening into Wednesday morning, but then that upper level wave wants to send a little more moisture our way with scattered thunderstorms for some. But even if that's the case, not expecting a big soaker with this upper level wave. If anybody sees any rain, maybe a 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch on the average, and maybe as much as a 1/2 inch around Mount Vernon, but that's about it as far as rain chances go with this wave. That skedaddles by Thursday and will dry out. This upper ridge by Friday and Saturday, that will definitely heat things back up before we see our next big system working from the west Sunday and possibly into Monday. That's going to be our next best shot for widespread rain chances as we go into next week. In the short term, though, Jordan, temperatures don't look bad. 75 tomorrow, upper 50s Wednesday morning. Let's go 74 Wednesday, 78 on Thursday. But once we hit the weekend, summer's not done yet, especially with highs wanting to climb back near 90.
Yeah, minus that 90 day, though. Again, I think, it's perfect. Nice in the middle temperatures.
Yeah, not too bad. Not much to complain about.
Definitely not. Nick Kelly, thank you. Still ahead, families of COVID-19 victims unite with prayers, music, and the memories of their loved ones they lost during this pandemic. A Missouri lawmaker is demanding that Springfield's public school system turn over 3 years worth of staff emails and other documents with references to critical race theory and more than 24 other words or phrases. The school district says they need at least $170,000 though to get it all started. Republican State Representative Craig Feischl filed his Sunshine Law request in early September. Feischl is accusing the district of inflating the potential cost and said he may ask the House to subpoena the records. School district spokesperson Stephen Holt said Feischl's request is, quote, extraordinarily broad and could require thousands of hours of staff time. Missouri Governor Mike Parson denied clemency to a death row inmate despite calls from across the world. Pope Francis joined the chorus of people calling on Governor Parson to grant clemency to a death row inmate, Ernest Johnson, for killing 3 people during a 1994 convenience store robbery. Johnson is scheduled to die by injection at 6 p.m. tomorrow at the state prison in Bonne Terre. The 61-year-old's attorney, Jeremy Weiss, has said executing Johnson, though, would violate the U.S. Constitution. It prohibits executing intellectually disabled people. If Johnson is put to death tomorrow, it would be the 7th execution in the U.S. this year, but the first not involving either a federal inmate or an inmate in Texas. St. Louis community members gather together to honor the lives lost during this pandemic. Robert Townsend has this story.
They united on a somber Saturday night at the popular Sheldon Theater. Usually people pack the Midtown St. Louis Concert Hall for festive, fun events. This night was anything but jolly.
Very tough.
It was a chance for Lita Taylor and dozens of others to unite at the Requiem of Light COVID-19 Memorial. Earlier this year, Taylor and her husband survived their battles with COVID, but Lita's 75-year-old aunt, Christine Casey, died.
I wanted to support the cause for it and to share her memory. She left too soon.
This gathering was a chance for the community to embrace and encourage the families with prayers, songs, and music as they remember their loved ones who died from coronavirus.
I know they're here with us tonight.
Amy Louie was here to honor her parents who also died from COVID-related illnesses this year.
And it's the community coming together and acknowledging the pain that we all haven't been able to express together.
I wanted to hold a memorial to bring our community together and remember the lights that have gone out among us when far too early.
Lights that will shine forever in their hearts.
Again, that was Robert Townsend reporting. Final check of the forecast next. Take time now to honor a local veteran, Specialist David McCord, served in the U.S. Army and Marine Corps, his hometown, Fort Scott, Kansas. We are proud to thank and salute Specialist David McCord. He's tonight's Forest Day hero. To learn more about all of our Forest Day heroes, or if you'd like to submit your own, please do log on to our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up on our sister station tonight, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. More on Pfizer announcing that there will need to be new COVID-19 vaccines to combat changing variants. Also, the nation's highest court back in action with a full to-do list including abortion, guns, and religion. And researchers in Europe have identified a link between risky driving and other behaviors, things like eating junk food. That, of course, much more coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Through the power of TikTok, the world is pitching in to help a Navy veteran who needs a new ride. He's known as Patriotic Kenny. He spreads cheer wherever he scoots. Heidi Wegdell has his story.
They should be here in 2 minutes.
Amanda Klein is preparing a big surprise for her neighbor and friend.
He's such a good guy.
Oh, God! Kenny Jerry became a TikTok sensation after his scooter broke down.
They've given you $45,000.
What? Strangers stepped up to help the 79-year-old Navy veteran, raising through GoFundMe more than $100,000.
Pretty crazy.
The surprises keep coming.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Kenny has no idea his portable scooter has arrived.
Oh my goodness, Amanda. It's your scooter, one of them.
Kenny uses his scooter to visit friends and get around Washington County.
I don't believe this.
He's been without one for more than a month.
Oh my goodness.
Through his TikTok,
Oh.
more than 1 million followers have been watching.
That's cute.
Waiting for Kenny.
Take it for a victory lap.
To get a new set of wheels.
It goes so fast, I can get a ticket.
This scooter is his portable one.
Oh.
He'll also be getting a heavy-duty one.
You're not supposed to fold with it.
It's $10 million to me. It's so fancy.
Kenny plans to use the scooter to reach out to more veterans. He's alarmed at the increase in suicides.
I am losing my brothers and sisters.
And he's giving back 25 scooters to 25 veterans.
Isn't that wonderful?
Rolling along with life's surprises. In North St. Paul.
They'll hear me coming a mile away.
Heidi Wigdahl, KARE 11 News.
Isn't that just sweet?
Yeah, better be on the lookout for that guy.
Yeah, and you know, that's still just a little bit that we can do to properly thank him for his service.
Absolutely.
Hope he enjoys his new ride. Nick Kelly joining us now. Final look at the forecast.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say he will enjoy it. And we'll enjoy the forecast this evening. We're quiet this evening, warm to start, but we'll turn chilly for Tuesday morning before we bounce back near 75. Maybe a random shower or storm in a couple spots late in the afternoon. I think better chances for scattered storms Wednesday with highs near 74. Well, we drought just in time for the weekend, Jordan, but we'll have to send highs to 78 on Thursday, potentially near 90 as the weekend gets going.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10.
Salon service is provided by the